Welcome back to Book Club Preview. Today we're looking at the life of Pi, still about Otranto and Pondicherry Lane, chapter 25 to 30. And we're getting close to part 2 of this book, but not quite there yet. These 5 chapters go by pretty quick. The first one is Chased Away. So, well, that's what I named it. But chapter 25 is Pi going to these different religious venues, going to mosque, going to Hindu temple, going to Catholic service, and whenever people see him, like the ministers, they shoo him away. They're like, "Get out of here! You don't believe in Allah. You believe in Hindu. Don't believe. Get out of here! You don't believe in Hindu. You believe in Jesus, right?" So they just keep kicking him away. And eventually he has to just kind of go to those religious ceremonies when a lot of people are there, so that way he can worship in that place. Well, he wants to become a baptized Christian, but he also wants a prayer rug for the Muslims. He's already done all he needs to do to become an official Hindu, but he wants to take it one step further. And so he's asking his mom, why can't I be a part of all these different religions? And she's like, well, maybe there's just one religion and there's one God. And it's like a passport, you know, you have to have a passport to go to that one religion. You have to go to that one passport. So, well, if there's only one true religion, wouldn't all passports work to get there? And his mom was like, oh, dang, maybe you're right. Well, go talk to your dad. Go talk to your mom. He goes and talks to his parents. His dad, he says, Dad, I want to have a prayer rug and I want to be a baptized Christian. His dad's like, man, why do you want to do that? They argue about it a little bit or discuss it. And he says, fine, go ask your mom. He goes and asks his mom and she tries to distract him, but he's focused. And finally she says, okay, fine. What does it hurt? And so he gets his rug and he gets baptized. He actually really loves his rug, but he was praying somewhere and he forgot it and he just left it there. But he imagines that wherever he left it must have been very holy. And then he gets just a little bit of drops of water and becomes a baptized Christian, or in the Catholic Church. The next chapter he talks about moving. They're going to be moving to Toronto. He's not exactly sure why, but I guess like their area, I guess Pondicherry, becomes taken over by the rest of India, and their dad isn't really making it with the zoo, and the zoo needs government funding. And so he's just like, man, why do we have to move? Why do people move anyways? He just loved his life where he was. But they do have to move, and he gets ready to move. Chapter 30 comes back to the present, where the author actually meets Mrs. Patel. We had no idea that Pi's been married this whole time, but there's a wonderful, nice Indian woman named Meena, who's born in Canada, I think, but then still raised by Indian family, so she's still very Indian. And that's Mr. Patel's wife. And we're like, whoa, he's kind of shocked, but he meets her. And that is where we'll stop for today. Some vocabulary, very light. 1, depravity. Depravity is like lacking goodness. Usually we talk about sin, meaning you are completely sinful except for God giving you some grace to do good things. That's like depravity, nothing good in you. Zeal is a passion, usually religious passion. You're just like, oh, I'm so excited. I love God so much. Everybody, you should love God. Whoa, man, that guy's crazy. He's just passionate about his faith. The last one, nemesis, is enemy. Nemesis is like a true enemy, a lifelong enemy. That leaves us with our discussion question. Have you ever had to move? Maybe you really liked where you lived, but your parents had to move for some reason. Or maybe you chose to move. Maybe you're going to a certain school and you didn't want to go to that school anymore and you chose to move to a different one. I'm not too sure. but have you ever had to move? And why did you move? And of course, please make your own discussion question. That is all the time that we have for today. But thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.